Gen 3 Coyote, 1968 Mustang. We're going to do the swap, only very different. It's going to be carbureted. Not going to be easy doing a Gen 3 with a carburetor. The MSD system that is created to do a carb swap on a mod motor, it's not designed for a Coyote. And it's specifically not designed for a Gen 3. None of the sensors like what I'm trying to do. Nothing's matching up, but we're going to overcome all that and we're going to make this work. And you're going to follow along. If you have any interest in this, learning how to do it with me, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You're going to see a lot of videos on this coming up. And we're going to get it running. And then we're going to race it. Give you a little information on the short block. It's a Gen 3 Coyote short block, brand new block, crank, rods, pistons. Everything was put together by Texas Speed and Performance. They rate this short block at 1,500 horsepower. When I spoke to them, they said there's guys running more than 1,500, but they do not recommend it. And I'm not going to run that much. It's got the good manly I-beam rods. The pistons, about 11-to-1 compression pistons, which will make it a little more friendly with boost. Sleeved, decked, just a nice package. I added a GT350 oil pump, mainly due to the high pressure that it creates to help give more cushion to the bearings, because this thing will be under boost. I also added the billet gears to the pump, along with a heavy-duty bottom gear to drive the chains. This is the reason why I went with the Gen 3. Cylinder heads are bone stock. Camshafts spec out at over 550 lift. The heads flow better than the 1 or 2 generation Coyote. Just an all-out better package. It was all rated at about 460 horsepower from the factory. I do have to overcome the issue with the direct injection pump. This is a kit from Alloy Works. This is a plate that goes on the top of the direct DI pump. And then these are the plugs that go in the ports at the bottom of the head for the extra set of injectors, along with the plates, retainer plates, and hardware. The head gaskets I'm going to use are made by Coyote. They are what's called the MLX head gasket. What they do is take an extra fold around the cylinder. It's like a double up of the gasket, basically folding in over itself and compressing it tight to give it that extra seal. They say it works really well under boost. We'll see. These are 40 thousandths thick, specifically for the Gen 3 Coyote. And no, I will not be using any sealant on these whatsoever. Cylinder heads have been refinished, and we also disassembled and gone through new valve seals installed as well. And also machined down to a real fine finish, just like the Coyote's head gaskets like. These all come with a very sticky coating on them to prevent them from rusting in the package. You got to remove that, or else that will affect the torque readings as you go tighten them down. I'm going to use a simple carb cleaner. It's AutoZone style. That will dissolve all the goo and the grease and stuff from the hardware. You can see how brown it is in there. That's the stuff coming off the hardware. Always use the assembly lube they provide. I like to put a little bit on the bottom, just a small dab to help lubricate as it tightens down, and just ever so a little bit on the threads. It's hard to get down in there to put it on the stud, so I'll just put a little bit on the inside of this nut. After you have all the hardware on the studs, follow the stud manufacturer's recommendation for their torque procedure. It's going to be different than a Coyote, because Coyote uses torque to yield. You're not going to do that. You're going to torque down to a specific set torque. And whatever the manufacturer, ARP, or whomever made the studs, follow what they recommend. You're going to follow what Ford says as far as the pattern for torquing them. You're going to torque the inside ones first and work your way out. Now with the head studs all torqued down to spec, I'm going to let it sit for a day and then come back and just check the torque one more time. What I'm going to do next is put in the direct injection delete kit. I'm going to put the plugs in each one of these holes that the injectors used to go in, and then the hardware to hold them in. Come with rubber seals. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on these things so they go in smooth. Now I'm just going to gently tap them down. Next comes the hardware. Since we have steel into aluminum, I'm going to put a little anti-seize on these threads. If I ever have to take it apart, I just do not want it to tear the threads apart that are already in the block. Let's rotate it over and take a look at the bottom end here. Obviously stock block, stock Coyote crank, some balance work done, did a nice job. And manly rods.
Manly.
The oil pan I'm going to be using on this build is the Shelby GT350 pan, stock pan, 7 quarts, windage tray, anti-slosh baffles and everything in there. It's a pretty slick setup. I didn't see any reason to overspend on an aftermarket aluminum pan when the factory piece will work very well. But what I need to do is I need to drill holes on either side for the turbo oil drain backs. How I'm going to do that, it's a little tricky. This baffle's in the way. This one has a nice opening, so plastic should just fall down. What I'll end up doing is just drilling it upside down and shaking them out after I'm done. At this point, the engine is pretty much fully assembled. The basic long block of the engine is assembled. Timing chains are on. I have the MMR lockouts on, but I need to degree 4 camshafts into the engine to make sure they're all timed correctly, or else I will have problems. The biggest problem I face with doing the Coyote swap into this 68 is the electronics. What I'm going to use to run the Coyote engine is called a 6 mod. Some guys call it a mod 6, MSD 6011. The ignition unit is originally designed to run 4.6 and the 5.4, the first generation of the modular engines. It takes some work to make it be able to operate a Coyote engine, but I think I've got it figured out. The biggest hurdle I'm having is with the cam sensor. You have to use all Gen 2 or older sensors and coil packs in order to be able to plug in to the MSD 6 mod. The Gen 3 stuff doesn't work, so I had to get rid of all the Gen 3 electronics I had. With the coil packs, the first thing you need to do is to rewire the coil packs. The firing order from the 4.654 is different from the 5.0. You have to rewire it to match the firing order of the Coyote engine. That's not a big deal. I was able to find a nice set of Excel 4-6 coils for a 4-valve Cobra that fit the valve covers of the Coyote engine really well and plug right into the harness. So that solves a huge problem right there. The crank sensor, use Gen 2 stuff. I got a Gen 2 rear plate plus a Gen 2 sensor. It'll just be plug and play with the crankshaft sensor. But the camshaft, that's going to be another issue. I'm not sure the Gen 2 has a camshaft sensor in the top of the valve cover, and there's little tangs on the trigger wheel. Those are kind of a different shape, and the mounting is another thing I'm not sure. I have a feeling I'm going to have to do my biggest amount of fabrication there. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I should be able to figure it out. Like I said, it's going to have to be something, a custom mount for that camshaft sensor. Stay tuned. More to come on this Coyote build as we fit this thing into this 68 Mustang with twin turbos. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.